would you give advice to someone that's in college now of how to go about doing that?
I give advice to college students all the time. I said, number one, you cannot take advantage of it. You can't take advantage of a network you're not in. I mean, that's a very simple concept.
Yeah.
And I tell VMI graduates, actually, this past year, the president of the university, we call him superintendent, who's a 4-star general.
Wow.
And when I say 4-star general, you know who General Mattis is?
I personally don't.
I know, but he was, you know, he's the
highest level.
He's the head of the
how many
Department
stars
of
does it go up
Defense.
to? I probably
4
sound-
stars.
So that's his.
But he used to work for General P. David Petraeus used to work for General P.
Like Pat.
Yes. So this guy is the real deal.
That's a conversation. Wow.
So you just realize that it's a special place, and then he asked me to speak to all the juniors and seniors and get them to understand the value of the VMI network. So I got up and talked about my book and said, look, you can't take advantage of a network you're not in. So I tell all these kids, you have to build your network proactively. And I go back and, you know, I'm a simple-minded person from Memphis, and I try and keep the things simple. The 2 things that you need to be wildly successful: one is a network of people where what you do matters.
Okay.
And if you don't have that, you can be the greatest in the world at it, and who cares? If the greatest football player in America is in Mongolia, is he playing in the NFL?
No.
No.
So be in the environment.
You have to be not only in that environment, but you have to have relationships with people in that environment that have more street cred than you do, that can vouch for what you're...
The edification.
Exactly. If you don't have that, you got nothing. The second thing is you better be great at what you do.
Competence.
Because if you suck at what you do and you got a great network, what do you have?
Bad reputation.
You got nothing, right? And if you don't have a network and you're great at what you do, what have you got? Nothing. You got to have both. Now, the data shows that if you proactively build your network and you build it broadly, most people build their networks narrowly.
What do you mean? Explain that, yeah.
Well, if I'm in the pharmaceutical business, I make my contacts with everybody in pharmaceuticals. I don't think about medical device sales. I don't think about insurance sales. I don't think about real estate brokers. I tell you how stupid I was.
Yeah, please.
Okay, and I've been stupid for a long time. But when I was running the pharmaceutical company, it never dawned on me that the vendors that were selling me stuff might ultimately be people who ultimately could hire me. And so, how did I treat them? Like vendors.
I understand.
I should have treated them like partners. And that doesn't mean, now I will tell you, there were some of them who made me treat them like partners because they were so good. One guy was named Sean Feeney.
Okay.
And Sean was a West Point graduate, and he and I, connected because we both went to military school. I'd give him, hell about going to West Point. He'd give me hell about going to VMI. But he sold Salesforce automation, and he was phenomenal. And the guy wound up running 2 or 3 big companies, et cetera. But so I built a relationship with him, which lasts to this day, and that was 30 years ago. But I didn't think about, I need to build a relationship with 100 to 150 people who can change my life. And I need to be building a network with people that are more successful than me. So many people say to themselves, well, gee, Jerry's really successful. I don't think I should approach him.